It's time
to fire this thing up.
Hit it.
Jonathan, now try the other side.
All right, what are you having him do there, Tim?
I'm having him check for air in the system. If there's air in the system, the motor will move back and forth. If there isn't, if it's just oil, that motor will be rock solid.
Okay, well, good deal, you made it. Hi, I'm John Graviskis. This is Tim Howard from Boat Steering Solutions. And you did the hydraulic steering system for the Taco Marine project boat over at your shop.
Yes, we did.
And it's got twin Yamahas on that. And when we pushed on those motors, because it was done properly, no air in the system, they were rock solid, they did not move. Jonathan's moving this engine back and forth. You're telling us that's an indication, a visual sign saying, hey, you got air in your hydraulic steering. It's going to affect the performance of the boat. We now, when we push the engines on the Taco Marine project boat, they're moving now too, because we had a last minute donation where a company donated a lot of great electronics, including autopilot, and they cracked the hydraulic steering system that you and I did on the boat, and we've got air in that system. Now kind of guys, just to recap, last time on the program, Bert actually used our professional piece of equipment, which is right here. This is a Seastar Power Purge Junior, and he went to use it on the taco boat to bleed it. The motor was working, but it wasn't pumping anything. We brought it over to your shop, and you rebuild these for marine mechanics for like $280. You put in some new screens with the motor. You put in a separate filtration system on it, so now if our hydraulic oil is clean, we can kind of move from boat to boat to boat without contaminating
It cleans
anything.
the old oil that's coming out of the boat.
You also added some brackets. What are those for?
We added the two brackets at each end so we could organize the electrical wiring, so it's just not all piled down in the system.
Take a look at how we brought it to his shop. Okay, very disorganized. This is so clean. This is so tight. And Tim, most people in the audience are not going to have a professional piece of equipment like this, okay? But occasionally you do have to crack the hydraulic lines to maintain your hydraulic steering. For example, your helms, sometimes they get what's called muddy. Why do they get contaminated? How does that happen?
They get muddy because there's a vent cap on the top, and that vent allows air to go in and out, and when the temperature changes outside, brings a little bit of moisture in each time. That moisture goes after the steel that's in the helm and starts to corrode it, and then we get this rust material that floats in the system. We call that mud.
Okay, now guys, when you have your hydraulic helm rebuilt or your ram rebuilt, one of the worst things in the world that you can do is cap those lines immediately and hold that oil and just add a little bit to your system, because everything that's contaminated inside your hydraulic steering system is going to be contaminated, okay? We're going to show you today how to properly evacuate a hydraulic steering system, then how to put in fresh oil, but we're going to show you how to do it manually. And I was hoping you could teach my son Jonathan to where people at home could glean that information and maybe show them how to do it properly themselves. Could you stick around and do that?
Yes.
Guys, today's program is going to be so critical, but first we need to give acknowledgement to all the fantastic companies who help make ShipShape TV possible.